Okay, before I start this video, I got a little bit of the information wrong in the video. I had said that this particular 51-page report ain't got nothing to do with Trump or Joe Biden. I actually got that wrong. We do have somebody to blame. The Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, also known as the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, is a United States federal statute enacted by the 117th United States Congress, signed into law by President Joe Biden on November 15th, 2021. Inside that bill, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration is going to be accepting applications for the new task force. They had to create a new task force in the bill that will look into truck leasing agreements and whether predatory arrangement affects driver safety. The new task force, created as part of the federal infrastructure law signed by President Joe Biden in November 2021. Okay, so it was inside of Joe Biden's infrastructure bill. So, 2021, he came out with that infrastructure bill. I forgot about that bill, but here we are in 2025. You guys are going through the effects of Joe Biden and his policies and his bills. So if you lose your lease truck, all that stuff, that's who you blame, Joe Biden. Okay, so for the guy that's in my comment section talking about you needed Kamala Harris to win, so this wouldn't happen. No, you need Trump to save you now, because this is Joe Biden policy, the infrastructure bill. Go look it up for yourself. Truck and Lease Task Force Infrastructure Bill. Alrighty. I tried to come and give y'all a little bit of feedback before it get dark. It's all bad. It's all bad. So if you're looking for some good news about this leasing task force and this 51-page report, I ain't got no good news for you. They left out all good news from the 51-page report. Now, I only read the first 10 pages out of 51. It's all bad. It is all bad. So let me give you my feedback from the first 10 pages that I read. First of all, this ain't got nothing to do with Biden or Trump. Okay? So if you need somebody to blame anyways, it really don't matter which one. You can pick Biden or Trump. Okay? It ain't gonna matter. What this got something to do is the FMCSA over the last 10 plus years, okay, have been listening to these lease purchase drivers. Well, Andrew, what do you mean they've been listening to them? How have they been listening to them? In court, as lease purchase drivers sue the carriers that they've been working for. Let me give you some of these carrier names. All this is in the 51-page report, by the way. Celadon, Trans AM, Snyder, CRST. Lease purchase drivers have been suing these carriers throughout the years. FMCSA has been now to collect the data, listen to what these drivers are saying, okay? And after about 10 years of creating pretty much what we're going to label as a RICO case, that's what this is, about 10 years of data. They've been watching P. Diddy for the last 10 years. This ain't something they ain't come up with this yesterday. Nah, this has been going on for 10 years. Case after case after case. Some of these cases went to the Supreme Court. So I'm trying to get you an idea of why they want to ban lease purchase programs. It ain't something that just happened last year, this year, administration change. They've been watching this crap go on for over 10 years. These court cases then took years, and they got a lot of carriers list. They got the whole name, this person versus CRST. I think when I read the CRST, it was so bad. They got it listed on there that in order to turn a profit as a lease driver at CRST, I think it was from like 2016 to 2017, you had to be a trainer. There was no other way to be profitable. Oh, bad. It's another company out there that Trucker Brown used to promote. He said something similar. He said in order to make money in that lease purchase program, you had to train. I ain't going to say what carrier that is. Y'all figure it out. So let me give you page one. page 1 of this 51-page report. Let me just summarize it. You know, I just basically highlighted some of what was in page 1, and I'm finna give it to you. Okay, page 1 of the 51-page report, you go see it with your own eyes. Lease purchases for truck drivers who lack capital and business experience. They saying these are for drivers ain't got no money, ain't got no business sense. That ain't my words. That's what they got in the 51-page report. These programs promote a race to the bottom in drivers' pay. They saying the lease drivers are making everybody pay get straight to the bottom. I don't know how. Look, that's their words. They use race to the bottom. Okay, you go see it for your own eyes on that 51-page report. The task force agrees 100% unanimously. I didn't even say that right. That the cost and the harm to the drivers is so great that these programs should not be permitted. That's page 1. Page 2. Most drivers do not complete the lease and they leave the trucking industry in deep debt. Damn. I done told y'all lease drivers about swiping that American Express and that damn Chase for these lease trucks. Why are you putting all this maintenance on your credit cards, fool? It ain't even your truck. You got lease drivers out here running up Navy, Navy Federal Credit. They just racking all this debt up, don't even own the truck. Truck don't even belong to them. They over here swiping all this credit. Then you ain't getting the title to the truck, so you ain't got the title to the truck, and you got all debt all the way sky high to the top, and you're leaving the industry full of debt. That's what they saying right here in page 2. Read it for yourself. Read it again for you. Most drivers do not complete the lease and leave the trucking industry in deep debt. Deep debt. That's what they put, deep debt. Fool. Page 4. These programs shift the expenses of the buying, maintenance, and operating the tractor to the workers. Let me start all over. Fucking Mike. These programs shift the expenses of buying, maintaining, and operating the tractor to the workers, creating greater profit to the carriers than they would have if they would have hired W-2 employees. In other words, they make more money when you want to come over to the carrier as a 1099 driver, getting a lease truck. You pay for their truck. Y'all remember the video I did yesterday. You pay for the truck, the trailer, the authority, the factory, and you just pay for everything, fool. Why maxing out your credit cards for the maintenance? That's page 4 out of 51 pages. That's how I only took notes on 4 pages. So hard on lease driver. I'm trying to think. Do I want to tell you what they recommendation is? Let me kind of give it to you without giving it all the way to you. They want to do away with all these purchases through a carrier. All carriers, not just the ones all carriers, straight up, all Russian lease, Muhammad, Buhami, or all Vladimir. It don't matter who. If it's through a motor carrier, flat out you can't do it. You gotta go to either Long Mountain or them people down in Florida. So you gotta get some type of third party, okay, or finance, or go to the bank or buy cash. You got to do it that way, okay? They also, well, I'm not looking at it, so I got kind of summarized. I might not get the second part all the way right. In order to lease going forward, they want you to have a decent credit score. You got to fit your credit, okay? I don't know how good to tell you that you got to fit your credit. They're going to start checking your credit worthiness. Got to have business sense. You may have to have some cash too. Okay? The first thing you can do is start fixing your credit today. Start paying down debt. You got a lot of debt you got to pay down. Start building that credit up. Go over to Credit Strong or what's these people that help you? A Kickoff. You can go to Kickoff. All these places that help people that got all the bad debt and all that. They put the little trade line on there and help build your credit. Go get your secured credit card. Build up that way. You got to build your credit up. If you're gonna continue trying to own, well, you don't want. That's what I love about lease drive. Lease driver don't want to own no truck. That's wonderful because now you ain't got to. They 10 years of lease drive. No, I don't think any of these lease drivers wanted to own a truck. But when I started to read some of these court cases, like the one with the guy over at Trans AM who completed 5 lease purchase contracts from Trans AM. This man completed 5 leases. He up in court. He done completed 5 Trans AM leases. I don't got his name written down, but if you look at the first 10 pages, you can't miss it. This man completed 5 lease purchase contracts from Trans AM, and he up in court. You know why he up in court? Because he claimed he could have made way more money if he didn't do the leasing through Trans AM. I didn't read it word from word. I don't know if they won or lost. Like I said, I just summarized it for you. The FMCSA heard what he had to say because at the end of the day, he completed 5 leases. They compared all of his revenue versus other drivers' revenue. I think they said that man, I forgot what the revenue is, but I had to go back and look. Somebody done about $700,000 in revenue, and I think it was over the course of like 2.5 years, and I think they said that man only, after all expenses, he only netted like 12% of that. The carrier netted the rest, or something like that. It was ridiculous, boy. He hard on him. Look, it's finna get dark, and I ain't trying to hold you. Like I said, they got a 51-page report they just sent to Congress. I know some of y'all think it's a joke. It's not a joke. You can go on Google, FMCSA ban truck lease. When you type that into Google, you're going to see Freight Waves and all the other headlines, okay? If you go to Freight Waves, and in there they have a link to the 51-page report. It'll say 51 page. They got it highlighted. Just click that, and then you can open up the PDF. Okay, but it's all bad. It's just bad. Now, I'm going to continue reading all throughout the night because, it's bad. That's all I can tell you. So, going forward, because I done had lease driver friends that also, the same thing that happened to them, what I would tell you now, if you in the lease and you got everything off of leasing, like your house and cars and all that's all off leasing, and you need this lease to keep going, and you don't want to own the truck, start cutting down on your expenses now. Pretend like you don't have a lease no more, okay? If you had to go back company driving at 50 cents, I'm going to say 50 cents a mile. At 50 cents a mile, running legal, how much of the stuff you got now can you continue to maintain? How much of your family can you continue to support? Okay, because they not finna let this leasing crap go on too much more longer. Now, I don't know what Congress gonna do about it. They already submitted the 51-page report, and and like I said, it's based off over 10 years of drivers going to court, suing all these different motor carriers, and the FMCSA taking in all this data. They know everything about your lease They know about the going in the hole, or the bad contracts, the 2, 3, 4, 5 year. They know everything. They know it ain't nothing you need to tell them. They know everything. It's all bad. So it ain't got nothing to do with Trump. Ain't got nothing to do with Biden. What it's got something to do with is lease purchase drivers. They didn't had enough. See what it is. The way they summarize it is these drivers got too old. They realize they can't get their life back. They can't get their time back, and they don't have any money. They ain't left it. They leaving the industry in deep debt. They feel like they done finally been taken advantage of. Did y'all see that one black dude? What's the one black dude? It was, I don't know who, somebody put up it was an old man. I think he was over on TikTok. Black dude. He been driving like 30, 40 years, lost his family, lost everything to trucking. Just lost it all to trucking. And he was like, man, first of all, he won't do leasing. He won't do leasing. He no, he ain't doing no leasing. He made that clear. He ain't doing no leasing, but he ready to come off this OTR road. I think he said he been OTR 30-something years, 40, 50 years, something like that or something. But he said most thing he'll do is buy a truck and trailer and be local. And I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that because he too old, man. I think he should just, I think he should just do local without the truck and trailer, man. I think just find a local job, or better yet, just find another industry. He lost so much to this industry, no need to put any more time in it. Then I like to watch some of the older truck drivers, what happens at the end of this thing when you don't invest in the stock market. I had a notification from Indiana Jack. Indiana Jack popped on my phone yesterday. I said, man, I ain't heard from him in years. He over there standing outside beside a pilot, talking about some travel local finna build some type of building for travel local or something. Night transportation took years from that guy's life trying to purchase that what was the name of that truck? Red? Was it Big Red or whatever that red truck he had was? That took so much out of his life when he could have just saved up $10,000 and bought a truck cash. Then I see I guess Sergio over on Heavy Haul TV, lived in the truck 10, 20 years, something like that, did heavy haul. Was at Landstar. Landstar fired him because he was sleeping on the side of the interstate or something like that. Got his own authority. Fast forward, man working at Uber. Uber didn't work out. He had to go and be a like some type of, we're just gonna say like a forklift operator. That didn't work out. Now he I forgot where he went to now. So what I think drivers should do, number one, if you're leasing, you need to cut up the credit card. I don't know what you're spending no credit card on for. I don't even spend a credit card on none of my cash trucks whatsoever. Cash only. You know why? Do you know the reason why I use cash instead of a credit card? Because one thing I found out, it's way cheaper when you paying for things in cash than it is with a credit card. Let me give you an example. I blew my engine in 2020 on a $15,000 flat top. American Express, Visa, all that crap, it was available to me. When the truck was sitting over there at Crow's Truck Service in Olive Branch, Mississippi, they said, hey man, look like you need an engine rebuilt, gonna cost you $40,000. Huh? $40,000. I had the credit to swipe, pay them $40,000, let them rebuild the engine, all that good stuff. But you know what I said? I said, I'm not paying $40,000. First of all, the truck is only $15,000. I'm not gonna pay $40,000 to rebuild the engine. That was the credit card price. I told them, hell no. Long story short, I ended up taking it to another shop where the cash truck drivers go. You know how much the cash price was? Man, if you put the cash in my hand, we can rebuild this engine for $8,500. I put it in his hand and never looked back ever since. Truck's still running today. We in 2025. That was 5 years ago. Still own the truck. Matter of fact, that truck ended up buying 2 more trucks. I don't even drive that truck no more. It's somewhere out there in the grass somewhere. It's getting dark, but like I said, man, 51-page report, ain't nothing good in it. They more than likely they're gonna do away with this leasing. So I'm telling you now, fix your credit, start saving some cash. Go read the 51-page report. It's long and boring. So get you a little Kindle, something that's gonna read it for you as you go down the road. That's what I would suggest, because that's what I'm using. Yeah, I got something reading it for me. Nah, boo-boo. Yeah, I wish I would be trying to sit up there, pronounce all these big, massive court case words they in here using. These big, long, 13, 15 character words and stuff. I'm just, shit, I wish I would. But hard on the lease driver. We gotta pray for lease drivers. Josh, I don't know what to tell you. I know what to tell you, Josh. You need to be suing. Yeah. You need to be like some of these white folks. because these are white folks. They going up, they getting their money out of these carriers. Let me read. Celadon, Trans AM, Snyder, CRST. Them white folks, white truck drivers going over there suing. They coming up with millions. So Josh, now my other black people, y'all need to get in court too. You need to go find your lawyer and go sue all these leasing companies and get with a lawyer and get some money. They getting their money. Why you can't get yours? That's all I'm saying. I can't. I wish I could. Problem is the leasing people I went through, they long out of business. Yeah, quality leasing, they long out of business. I can't shoot. Anyways, but y'all have a good day. Alright, so I just wanted to show y'all that this is real before I continue on with the rest of this video. So let me just scroll through here and show y'all that this is real. It's not a game, it's not a joke. They really coming out with this, okay? So I'm showing it to you just in case you're too lazy to go and find it for yourself. Let me just scroll through you and show you this thing is real. No, I didn't come up with this. Findings on common leasing agreements available to drivers of commercial motor vehicles, including lease purchase agreements, report to Congress and U.S. Securities of Transportation and Labor. Submitted by the Truck Leasing Task Force. They had to come up with a task force. Woo-wee. January 2025. Okay, let me just kind of scroll through to show y'all that this is real. I kind of highlighted this song because I didn't read the first 10 pages, but I'm just gonna slide through here right quick. They got the introduction. They got all the numbers in there for you that you need to see. Billions of dollars, gross domestic product, whatever big words. They got all that for you. Lease purchase program defined. They got a lot of pages for you, man. They got a lot of pages, boy. 51 pages. Why do carriers use lease purchase agreements? They got it for you right there. Carriers exploit for lower cost manpower. They got lawsuits in here. I was saying in the video something about a Trans Am lawsuit. Here you go right here. Hey, look. One named plaintiff in this case worked for over 2.5 years for the carrier. His truck generated almost $700,000 in revenue for the carrier. After expenses, he took home just $82,000, or 12% of the revenue he generated. Absolutely insane. But he up in court getting his. You should get yours. They got all the data for you. They got everything from the court case. Who is this? What driver is this? What's the name of this court case? Says Roberts versus Trans AM class action lawsuit. They got it right there, and they got it for you. They got the numbers. They got everything you need. They don't need no more numbers. They got everything they need. So hey, they got Snyder. Right here it says Brant versus Snyder's National. Hey, look, they got it for you. They ATBS up in here. They got ATBS tricking people. They got them in here too. Of course, ATBS will be lying to the truck drivers. They got all the data they need. They got whoever this guy is versus CRST class action lawsuit. They got all the lawsuits, all the data for you. Who is this? Another Trans AM worker, Mr. Truitt. I guess that's his name. Was an extremely productive driver in 2021. Truck. What it says? Trucks generated an average of $3,600 per week. They got all the numbers for you. That's all you need to know. All the numbers right there. They got it. Who is this? More lease drivers. They Trans Am. They just getting sued. No wonder they working with Prime Me, huh? Like I said, 51 pages, man. 51 pages. Selling it out of court. I ain't even seen that. That's page 11. I ain't got down to page 11, so I got a lot of reading to do. Look at this. We hard, boy. They hard. Look, they got graphs, numbers, data, 2021, 2022, 2023. What's that? Public court data? They got data from the courtrooms, boy. Anyways, let me get on with the rest of this video. I just want to show y'all that this thing is real, okay? So if you think it's a joke, it ain't no joke.